Sir Bruce Ferguson was the director of the GCSB from 2006 to 2011. He told me, judging by what Andrew Hampton has made public today, the threat of cyber warfare has intensified as technology continues to advance.
Even when I was in GCSB, I was very clear that we had to be careful and had to be on guard for all potential cyber threats. Now, the actual threat regime has presumably increased enormously since I was there, and what I mean by that is the technological advances by all countries who are able to do this is a quantum leap from in my time. So I would be saying right now, whatever he has said, it is probably absolutely true. We need to be on guard for that. And it's not just Russia. There are many other state actors out there who would dearly like to get their hands on some of the stuff that we do, like our intellectual property. There's enormous things. We just have to safeguard our own national interests. At the moment, Andrew is concentrating on Russia. He's no doubt got very good reason to do that. I'm not in a position to verify that or negate it, but I would absolutely believe it.
Now, you're saying we need to be on guard. There's not a lot of specific information in what the GSB has said in terms of what everyday people can do about this. Yes, it has been 7 years or so since you finished with the GCSB, and yes, technology moves so rapidly. Is it simply just a matter of us effectively updating our antivirus?
No, it's more complex than that. I don't generally feel that Andrew's talking about the general person in the street getting scammed by the Russians or any other state actor for that matter. I think we're talking much more strategic than that in our national secrets, our alliances, our cooperation with other countries. That what he's saying that we have to be very much on guard that Russia does not somehow penetrate that, not only us but the others, and thereby cause a major concern and a threat to our own national security. The national security is not just military. It's all sorts of things, just our intellectual property for starters. As I said, if someone can get into there, or our electoral process, we've seen what allegedly has happened in America, what could have happened in Great Britain, and it could well happen here. We've got to be very careful that we don't have other state actors trying to influence, presumably badly or in their own best interests, our own systems. And I think the getting into any electoral system in a democratic country would be disastrous.
Yeah, and we're in an environment, of course, where people are talking about moving to online voting in upcoming elections. Against such a superpower as Russia, are you confident that we have the tech tools to be able to defend ourselves?
Well, I can't state from my position whether I'm confident or not in that, because I'm out of touch with the advances in the 7 years since I've been out. But I have no doubt at all that the GCSB and the government, and it's various, the two governments involved, have been absolutely adamantly trying to get our safeguards up to the standard that they have to be. Now, Russia is a major power. I personally wouldn't call it a superpower, but in a way of cyber effects, it is very, very powerful, and that's what Andrew is actually warning us about. And no doubt the United States, certainly I read the one about Great Britain, they've come out and said the same thing. Basically saying, don't get caught with your pants down. These guys are a real threat to our way of life, and I don't mean militarily that, but all sorts of other economic particularly. So we have to be on guard against it and don't let them interfere with us.
Sir Bruce Ferguson, a former boss of the GCSB, with some advice there.